Yo, it's the co.
And yo, it's the Cone. And today we're here with from Drogheda United and Ireland, Aaron McNally.
How's it going? Happy to be here.
So pretty simple. Just gonna ask Aaron a few questions about his life in football, outside of football, um, some other time that he spent in our country, in the United States. Um, Marco, would you like to get us going with the first question?
So the first question is, where are you from and what got you into football?
I'm from Ireland, the Republic of Ireland. What got me into football was my granddad, actually. He played at a very high level. He played for Ireland back in the 60s. Um, Basically, from a young age, he brought me up to my first training session. I think I was 4 or 5. And from then, just loved it. It's been my favorite sport ever since. Now, obviously, I've played a few other sports growing up as you do as a kid, but soccer's always been the number one. So
Yeah.
yeah, my granddad's my main influence for starting football.
So outside of your grandfather, growing up, who did you try and model your game after? Who were some of your inspirations in football, either in Ireland, Europe, anywhere?
I mean, you have your regulars like your Messi's and your Ronaldos, but I always had one player. I'm an Arsenal fan, so growing up, I always loved Theo Walcott. Um, I
That's
don't
a
know
good
what it was about him. Yeah, I don't know what it is about him, but I always just tried to because I play on the wing myself, so watching him play as a winger and trying to replicate what he does on the pitch was always something I looked up to. I don't know what it was. I think he was just so tricky and quick and just a pleasure to watch. And you obviously have your Eden Hazards and your
yeah.
other players. So I always looked at the wingers kind of thing. I wouldn't really pay too much attention to the strikers and midfielders and stuff like other people would. But yeah, no, I'll say Theo Walcott. Yeah,
It's a good answer. It's pace
yeah,
beyond pace. It's
yeah.
endless.
He was deadly. In his prime, he was unbelievable. I thought. Obviously Neymar as well. Like he's just a pleasure to watch. Like he's just, I think, technically one of the most gifted players in the world. Just think he lost the head a little bit, maybe. I don't know, but he was unbelievable.
For the third question is, what was the first ever match you experienced in person that you remembered?
One that springs to mind. I went to Ireland versus Argentina. It was in Lansdowne Road at the time. Got to see Messi live. Now I was very young, so I couldn't appreciate it as much as I would now. But yeah, I went with my dad, and that was a pretty memorable game. Went to a couple of Bows games when I was younger. I don't remember the actual standard. I just remember sitting in the stands with my parents and a couple of my mates. Um, so yeah, they're probably the two earliest memories I have of going to a football game.
Um, have you grown a great connection with some of your teammates, either from youth or current clubs or even previous clubs?
Yeah, well, the club I'm at now, Drogheda, there's actually a fella. I live in a housing estate, and one of the lads I grew up with lives a few doors up from me. His name's Evan Weir. Don't know if you saw him on the team sheets. He actually recently signed for a club in England. He's on loan with us now for 6 months. Um, yeah, I grew up with him, so for us to play on the same team is it's cool. Like we drive up to training together and basically we do everything. Like last year as well, we had a little carpool going. Myself, Evan, a guy called Connor Keeley, and another guy called Jamie Egan. Um, and that was good crack. Like I grew a good connection with them. Still in touch with them. Two of the lads, Jamie and Connor, now they've moved on to different clubs, but still in touch with them. Like I know, sir, it's like we only split up there a few months ago, but like most of the time you wouldn't even keep in contact with the lads. They're good lads, one of my best mates now. Like so, yeah, it's good to have a connection with them. I think it works better when you're playing as well. Like you build that connection, you build that partnership. So yeah, no, that was good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know me and Aidan, we kind of see it too. Like we don't play professionally like you do, but even on like the soccer pitch, we see like we have a great connection out when we play, and
Yeah,
it's just great to see great to be playing with your best friend alongside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, when you have a good friendship off the pitch, I think that it does a lot. Like, when you're comfortable with each other, like it's different when you don't know. It's like when you join a new team and you don't know the players. It takes you a while to gel, you know. But when you know them beforehand, it just makes it easier. Like, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the next question, we have, what's your favorite part about being a footballer?
There's a lot, I guess. I mean, training at such a high standard. I mean, like it's pretty good standard here in the League of Ireland, and it's only getting better. In my opinion, and we train quite a lot. So 4 nights, well, 3 nights training, one game on a Friday night. So that's probably one of the best. Like, training all the time, kind of getting paid to do what you love. Like, it's always a bonus. But yeah, probably the how intense it does be in training, and it's just you improve yourself as a player the whole time. It's different. Like, if you're only training once or twice a week, you can get quite frustrated. Like, so the fact that we're training all the time is really enjoyable. Obviously, just doing what I love. It's the best part.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So far, what's been the favorite part or favorite moment of your career?
There's been a few. There's been a few to choose from. One that probably is most recent in my mind is last season. We were playing Cork City, and we were down the bottom, not bottom of the table. Sorry, I think we were seventh, but we needed to win to kind of secure next season to stay up, like, in the Premier Division. And we were 1-0 down against Cork, and I came on, I think, the 70th minute, and Cork got a man sent off, and they were down to 10 men. And then in the 85th minute, sorry, we scored an equaliser. It was 1-1, and then the 85th minute, someone put in a great cross, and I scored, and that was just a great feeling, like, to know that I'm at the score on the winner in the game. Like, it was just that's the most recent memory anyway. Definitely that springs to mind. Like, it was great. It was a great feeling. Like,
Wow, that's pretty cool.
yeah, no, I enjoyed that one. I really enjoyed that one.
What are the best and worst parts of your game?
I suppose playing on the wing, as a winger, you kind of have to be fast and good on the ball, I guess. So I consider myself quite fast and decent on the ball. Defensively, probably not as good. Although I've had to give a dig out in the playing fullbacks last season and a few seasons before. So I have a lot to learn defensively, I think. What else? I could go on for days about my worst parts. Trying to think. I'll stick with that anyway. My defensive play anyway. I need to work on that, I think.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, I got it. What are some things? What are your favorite things to do outside of football, outside of training and everything?
I love to golf during the summer. No, not during the winter. It's too cold. Now I wouldn't say I'm that good at golf, but I do enjoy playing. I just chilling out, really, seeing my mates, seeing my girlfriend, like, kind of just chill. Depending, I would go meet the lads maybe in the pub sometimes. On occasion, obviously it's not ideal when you're in season, so I wouldn't do too much in season. Um, but yeah, basically just chill out. Like, not much to it. Like,
Yeah, just relax and not forget about playing, but just like, everyone
like,
needs a break from time to time.
yeah, get your recovery in and stuff. But yeah, I like to just chill out whenever I can. Like, it's just like to wind down and stuff like that. I do like to keep active now. Not like go for runs and stuff, but go do things like, go to the cinema, go just go out and do things, like, you know what I mean? Especially during the summer, it's good. Like, I go to the beach and I'll do stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your dream club or dream opponent?
Was thinking about this one. Well, I support Arsenal, so definitely Arsenal. If I ever got a chance to play for Arsenal, Jesus, I'd be delighted. Opponent to play against or to play with?
Play against.
We'll say play. We'll do both. We'll do one play against and play with.
Okay, who would like to play against? Jeez, I'd love to play against Messi just once. You know what I mean? I think everyone would give that answer, like even and to play with him as well. I'd go with him for both. But who else? I have to think of someone. On the Arsenal team, I really like Smith Rowe from the Arsenal team.
Yeah.
I always have. I think he's having a bit of a bad spell at the moment, with injuries and stuff like that. But jeez, me and one of my mates, the two of us, just think he's deadly. Like so, I'd say him. Maybe Phil Foden. He's another one. I think he's just deadly as well. So I could name loads. Jeez, everybody in England, like. But yeah,
Marco's a City supporter, so when you said Phil Foden, his face lit up.
yeah,
That's what he wanted to hear.
Yeah,
He's just amazing. He's just
he's unbelievable. I like Jack Grealish as well. He's really come out of the shell last couple of seasons. He's
thank
coming
God.
back. Is Aston Villa form, I think.
Okay. Who is the best player that you've played with or against? That you have played now?
I played with. I don't know if you've heard of Gavin Kilkenny. He's now with.
Yeah.
He's on the at Bournemouth. Played with him for 4 years, and just from a young age, like you could just tell he was going places, and he's proven everyone right. Like he's at Bournemouth now. He's flying from what I've heard. So yeah, I'd have to go with him. He's been the most successful anyway of anyone I played with.
He's was he the midfielder?
That's him. Yeah, yeah. He played on the wing when I played with him. He could play anywhere really, but I remember him being a winger. Now this is years and years ago. This is back in. He's from under 9s probably to under 13s. But he's the name that always sticks in my mind.
Like, watching him play, even at like 9 or 10, it's like you can look at him and be like, he's going to the top.
Yeah, no, he was playing a year up and all. Like he just had that technical ability that no one else had. Everyone could see it from a young age. He was over trialing at different clubs all the time. Like he was something special anyway. And I'm delighted to see him doing so well as well. So it's good.
So we know you spent some time in Virginia at Old Dominion. How did you enjoy your time in the country?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. I originally went over to play in the USL 2, just to get some game time and stuff in Texas, out in College Station. Play for Brazos Valley for I think it was 2.5 months. I think I played something like 10 or 12 games there. That was really good. Very warm. It was like 40 odd degrees. Like we used to train in the morning at 8 o'clock just to beat the heat. Like, and coming from Ireland, like it's quite cold here, so it was tough getting used to it. But no, I really enjoyed that. And then I came home for I think it was 2 weeks, and I went back over. But I hadn't got my eligibility sorted with the NCAA. I was kind of talking to the college, and they said, "Look, we'll get you eligible. Just a few hiccups here and here." And I went over, and I was only there for 6 weeks trying to sort out the eligibility. I was doing all the training, never actually got to play a game with the college. And eventually, after 6 weeks, the NCAA came to the conclusion that I wasn't getting my amateurism due to contract I'd signed back in Ireland, which I wasn't aware of. I'd signed a semi-professional contract with my old club, Longford, and yeah, basically they made the decision. I think I was getting a year suspension. I had 2 years eligibility, and I believe I was getting a year suspension. I would have been able to play my second year, but I just wasn't willing to miss out on a year of football. So I just made the tough decision to come home. And luckily, my old manager from Longford was now the assistant at Drogheda. So I gave him a call, and yeah, they were happy to take me on. So I haven't really looked back, but I really, excuse me, I really enjoyed my time over there. I thought it was just the setup and everything is just great. Kind of, we had our own football facility, getting up in the morning. It's basically like full-time football. I mean, I was over there, classes hadn't started yet, so I was in pre-season with them, and not doing any classes, training twice a day in the gym. Like, it was, I really got a taste for full-time football and living on my own as well. Never lived on my own, so no, a really positive experience altogether. Bar obviously the few negatives that I mentioned there, but no, it took a lot from it. Definitely, especially the 2.5 months in Texas. I think that really I really enjoyed that part. Like, met some really nice people. I'm still in touch with them today. Um, Even my host, I was living with a fella. His name's Brian. He was my host in Texas. I lived with him for a month, and he looked after me. He was brilliant. Like, um, he was so good to all. He did. There was four of us living with him, and he was just so good to us. Like, so to meet people like that and to keep in touch with them was really good. So yeah, all in all, positive experience, I'd say.
Absolutely. So clearly, you enjoyed your time overall. Did you get to do any sightseeing? Did you get to, explore around anywhere and see some?
When I was in Texas, we went down to Houston, but it was empty. There was no one there. Everywhere was closed. I think we went on the wrong day or something. Um, that was one thing we saw. I got to see. Obviously, I was staying in College Station, so I got to see all the Texas A&M setup, which is mental. I couldn't believe it. Like, the college here compared to college over there is just crazy. 105,000, I think it holds, the Texas A&M Stadium.
It's a lifestyle. Going to colleges can really be
Yeah.
a lifestyle here for people.
Now that it was the summer, so there was no students around, but just like the stadium and all the whole setup, like the whole town itself was set up for the college students. Like, but yeah, no, what else? In Virginia, no, I didn't do much sightseeing in Virginia. I was there for a short stint, like, but Virginia, I really thought it was nice area. Um, well, I've been on holidays to America a few times. That's, like, I suppose you consider that sightseeing, but not when I was over there playing football. Not too much now. A little bit.
Yeah, I gotcha.
How is it seeing yourself on EAFC 24?
I know, I actually haven't even bought it yet. My first time on it was 2000. What was it? FIFA 22, I think it was. And then obviously I had the whole American stint, so I wasn't on the 23. But when I was on it 22, I was like, it was unbelievable. All my mates sending me pictures, buying me on Ultimate Team and stuff. It was deadly. I need to buy the new EFC 24 to see my stats. I was looking at my stats when they came out, and I got 4-star weak foot, so I was delighted with that. I framed that. Yeah. No, it's cool. It is cool. It is cool to be on a game. Like, it's something, like, as a kid, you're always thinking, like, geez, imagine I could have a card. Now it's a reality. Now it's not the best card in the world, obviously, but it's a card all the same.
Yeah. We'll put it on the screen here. We'll do some editing magic and put on the screen. There's this.
Sounds good. Yeah, just highlight that 4-star weak foot.
So, like, did the media day come, like, before the preseason and, like, take your face, or?
No, they I think they just take our headshots from the start of the season. As far as I know, like, they don't come in to us. Now we do have, I'm sure if you go onto YouTube, they send out 2 cardboard cutouts of 2 of the lads' FIFA cards. No, it wasn't me, but it was 2 of the other lads. There's a video there on YouTube, on the draw of the YouTube, where they reveal their stats and stuff. But no, other than that, they just take. I think there's a representative from the club that sends out predicted stats for the cards, and I think EA just take it from there and they come up with stats. But no one comes out. As far as I'm aware, I didn't meet anyone. So
yeah, fair enough. Still ended with the 4-star weak foot, so however it worked out.
Someone's looking after me. Yeah.
Well, that's all the questions that we have. I believe, Marco, you have any others?
I was gonna ask one. I thought of one. I know I watch a lot of shows from Europe, and one of them is Dairy Girls, and I see how like the politics is like all involved in it. Have you seen any like politics involved in soccer or in football? I mean,
Um, no, not really. No. To be honest with you, obviously the Republic has their own league, and then they have the Northern Irish Premiership, but doesn't seem to be much of a divide. Like I don't really pay attention to any of that anyway, personally. But no, from what I can see, there's no politics in football. It's quite obviously there's rivalries and stuff,
yeah.
but that's common in football. Like everybody has a rival. But no, I wouldn't say politics is involved.
Is Northern Ireland and Ireland a very big rivalry? Because I know here, I know I'm part Mexican and Aiden's fully American, and that's like a big thing here in the US.
Yeah, yeah. There's obviously right. It's such a close. They're close countries, like so. There would be a rival if we ever played each other. Now we don't play each other too often, country on country, like. But no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say it's a massive rivalry. I mean, yeah, of course it is a rivalry, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't say there's trouble. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say there's that much trouble at the games. I haven't witnessed it personally, anyway. So.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Yeah, that's all we have. Thank you, Aaron, for the answers and coming on. Great guest. We really
No,
appreciated you.
happy to be here. Pleasure to do. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Good luck on your season. I know it's
Thanks so
2 weeks
much.
away.
Yeah, we're getting ready now. Nearly there. 4 more weeks. So not too much longer.
Yeah, looking forward to following you in the club this season. Hoping for the best. Hoping I'll be able to come out in June and
Yeah, give us a shout. Yeah, give us a shout and I'll let you know.
sounds
No
good.
bother. Happy
If
days.
you wanna see more of Aaron, put a comment down below. Let us know what you thought. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Marco, you got anything for us?
Just like, subscribe, all your other things like you
Yeah.
usually do.
All right. Well, that's all for this time. See you guys later.
See you, lads.